Looks like I'm a puppy dog today. There will be another global shutdown. Um, Diplo said he's like in shock right now because he was looking at the house with me, that my house that burnt down in Malibu. I was looking at this article of my house that Paris and or Lana bought for me, and I was looking at the interior and stuff. He was like, my Malibu party pad, he's like, I'm looking at pictures of my Malibu party pad that just burned down, and I'm trying not to, feel super depressed. And he was talking from his sister's perspective, this one, meaning he was feeling what I was feeling looking at it, and or he was taking the depression like away from me, like they've been like absorbing like the negative feelings for me, the panic, the depression, the sadness, or whatever. Because last year was I experienced extreme sadness, and I was like, I can't take any more of this extreme sadness. Like, I'm not gonna make it if I keep like experiencing extreme sadness. Like, I think I'll just like have a heart attack or something, like I feel like my health will suffer, is what I'm saying. People die from broken hearts and they have heart attacks. I don't know if you know that or not, but that's the truth. And so anyway, the boys are trying new techniques, and this is one of their new techniques to try to like take away most of or some of the pain and the sadness and the depression of like what's happening like literally all around us. I'm talking about the therapy house last year. The therapy house last year, those memories were so visceral. I woke up crying in the middle of the night, and when you just can't stop crying and crying and crying. Because I know that those are real memories of the therapy house, and I was just devastated by it. I mean, I think anyone would be devastated by having memories of having the perfect family um, being obliterated by, trusted members of society over and over and over until they obliterate us into nothing, until we have to restart the timeline into this timeline. And that was like the memory that I got, we were like the perfect family or whatever. So, anyway, um, I just explained it. I felt like I was going to die of I felt like I was going to die of like a heart attack, a broken heart, which can lead to a heart attack, or, something like that. Like, I don't know, diabetes, or like I felt like my health was going to suffer if I kept going in that direction, and I'd get some kind of disease. Okay, so anyway, looking at my house, some of the rooms look like a psychopath lived in this house, but some of them look pretty cool. I'm like, who like styles a mansion like this? Like, it's so weird. And plus, like the 3.2 million, like, is so weird. I swear to God, that's like very cheap for a mansion on the PCH. It wasn't 2015, so it might be like 7, 8, 9 million now. But I feel like a mansion on the PCH is more like 20 mil, 20. I looked it up last night, and they said the median house in that area was 37 mil, and that's the median price for a house, aka a mansion in Malibu, 37 mil. And this one is 3 million right on the ocean. I don't know. I don't know. I think there's something weird going on with pricing structure, okay? And I hinted at that with the toy catalog that I showed you guys not that long ago, okay? And you guys like keep acting stupid about it. It's like there's no consistency in pricing, and in from the 80s and now from 2015. And I told you about my dad's houses. Like, I'm like, I don't think so. Like, that's very weird. Like, I told you, like a complete dump in 20. 2021, 2022. This is 2015. Okay, a complete dump in 2021, 2022 on right behind Melrose of a house was $1.3 million in 2022 during the height of COVID-19, and the fucking the structure was 1.3 million for complete dump of a fucking house, okay? And then you got this mansion on the waterfront in Malibu. It looks in pretty good condition. I mean, it looks a little dated, but they said it wasn't in good condition. That's a little different than like dated furniture. To me, it looks dated from like the 90s or the 2000s, but the condition of the house, it looks fine. It looks immaculate. I haven't seen anything, but I did remote view it and I saw like some signs of decay and like a little bit of black mold maybe and like stuff like that in the structure, like on some of the steps. But what I'm seeing from here, it looks immaculate. 3.2 million, but a house inland in Hollywood that's a piece of shit. It's a tiny little fucking house. It's a tiny little single, whatever they're called, single family house. Okay, single family house, tiny little piece of shit, rundown piece of shit house is 1.3 million in 2022. And we have this one on beachfront, 2015, immaculate mansion for 3.2 million in 2015. Do you see what I'm saying about the prices, guys, and how the prices don't match? And I've already said that. Like, they're like 3.2 million. That's not cheap, Alyssa. That's not cheap. Didn't I just tell you about the single family home in Hollywood that I looked at? Didn't I just tell you about it? I fucking posted that shit. I post all that shit on Facebook. I'm like, I can't believe these fucking house prices out here. I can't fucking buy a fucking house, you know? And then Lana bought this in freaking 2015 for 3.2 million. The house prices are not consistent. Okay, guys, listen to your sister before I get too angry. And I'm talking as two people right now. I'm just gonna like, excuse me, there's cinnamon in my throat. I'm just gonna name all of my posts like stupid people. Stupid people 1, stupid people 2, stupid people 3, stupid people 4. Non-appreciative of the princess people 1. Non-appreciative people of the princess 2. Non-appreciative people of the princess 3. You are not appreciative of the princess, okay? And then like you're like, you're like constantly fading back, like, oh, you're giving us awareness, Alyssa. Like, okay, where's the appreciation for the awareness? You're just not appreciative of the princess, literally at all. Like, it's just like you can't get it through your head that this doesn't equate. I'm grateful for my mansion. I'm just saying that the price tags don't equate to 2022 in Hollywood, a little fucking piece of shit. Yes, 1.3 million. What are you talking about? 1.3 million for that piece of crap. That shit made me very angry, okay? And now I'm looking at my mansion in Malibu, getting whiplash and backlash. 3.2 million? How's that possible? That's not possible. That's not possible. You get to have this immaculate freaking mansion on PCH for 3.2 million. You can house most of your bros here for free. Or I can give you a piece of shit in condensed ass Hollywood with, you know, we got night walkers, we got thieves, we got crackheads, we got homeless, we got an overpopulation problem in this area. We got loud partiers that don't give a shit about your neighbors. We got poop literally on the streets in this neighborhood. So I can give you that for 1.3 million, okay? Or I can give you this immaculate mansion for you and bros for 3.2 million. What do you prefer, Liz? Which one do you want? Like, what are you talking about? It's not consistent. There's no consistency there. That's weird. Okay, y'all are treading on some mighty thin ice with the fucking space codes filling in with inconsistent price matching. I don't know what you're gonna do when it fills in completely. Like that. I'm telling y'all that doesn't make sense, and I can hear y'all fighting back to me and like, oh, no, it doesn't make sense. That house is a piece of crap for 1.3 million. Let me see if I can find it. Did I show y'all my mansion? Let me show you my mansion first. All right, here's my mansion. I'm going to turn the thing down. I always do. Okay, so there you go. There's my mansion. Okay, for 3.2 million in 2015. Okay, I don't know what level that was on, but okay. That was on the affordable level, obviously. If the fucking big ass mansion on the PCH, that means oceanfront property. That means you have beachfront property. You need to get jump in the ocean. You just walk out your door and you just have a nice little time on the beach. Is right at your front door. Okay, you're talking about the Pacific goddamn ocean, the Pacific goddamn ocean, and you're talking about three levels of mystical magic. Okay, has two garages. Um, this is what you're talking about. Got a patio. It's got beauty. It's got perfect location. Okay, for an affordable universe. I don't know what the fuck universe that was in 2015. In 2015, okay, so you have this. Okay, and then so that's my mansion. Let me see if I can find my house. My house. Like, because I bought it, right? My dad probably bought it for me. Who knows? He's like, oh, she wants this piece of crap house. He probably did. I think it's called Melrose Hill. I don't remember. Let me see. Melrose Boulevard. Oh, it's Melrose Avenue. I haven't lived there a couple years, guys. Okay. Melrose and Martell. Where was I at? I think I was a little bit more this way. La Brea, Melrose, Vine. I was like, oh, Melrose Hill. See, I got it right. Isn't that what I said? Melrose Hill. I lived in Melrose Hill. Okay. All right. Hobart, Bank of America. Okay, yeah. That was there. Where's my street at? Or where's my house at? Did they change it so I can't look at the houses anymore? Yes, I can. Okay, wait. I think it's here. Yeah, okay, there's Melrose Hill Street. Okay. What street is this? Stupid fucking thing, man. What street is this? Okay. There it is. Let's see, you're gonna make us go crazy if you show us that house. I heard you. Okay, there it is. That That's the listing that was for 1.3 million in like 2022, 2021, 2022. This house was on sale, for sale, for a beautiful 1.3 million dollars, and I did post it on fucking Facebook because I was like, look at this piece of crap. You know, maybe somebody will buy it for me. Guess what? Probably one of my stupid dads bought that for me because I fucking post that shit. But anyway, $1.3 million. And my mansion is $3.2 million in 2015, basically 5 years prior, y'all. 5 years prior, the mansion was 3.2 million that Lana bought for me. Or Paris. I don't know if Paris bought it from her. Like I said, I don't know, but there's my mansion again, y'all. Okay. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Talking about 3.2 million. Whatever y'all were saying this morning, y'all called all the aliens down. Y'all were fighting against me something hard this morning. You called all the goddamn aliens down. I'll tell you. I told you I look like a little puppy dog, right? I look like I had a facelift or something is what I'm trying to say. I kind of look like a puppy dog again. It means like close to death face, basically. So, yeah, those prices don't match, okay? They say you got us there. I guess we're gonna get sickless. Thank you. Okay, $3.2 million for my goddamn mansion. What the fuck? Anyway, Lana said she was like, I'll record another music video in another mansion on the PCH for you. She said, I know it's not the same. It sure as hell ain't the same. High by the Beach is one of my favorite songs with one of my favorite messages in my favorite house. My favorite best friend, my other favorite best friend, bought it from her as a birthday present for me. I mean, my life can't get any better than that. My life can't get any better. I don't know, I'm talking like Melina. I think y'all should get a clue if y'all want to say I sound corny for my best friends when I'm talking like Melina. Melina ain't very corny. She's kind of the complete opposite of corny, okay? Um, yeah, god damn it, dude. Diplo's like, that is a party pad. Ah. Yep. Some people like it cool like that. We don't like to be like all like fancy like Kim K all the time. Sometimes we like it like weird and cool like this mansion. Okay, it's Lana Del Rey's mansion. It's Alyssa's vibe. Like, please back off. Like, oh, it has to be immaculate or whatever for her to have her celebrity friends over. Like, can I be myself? Can I be my fucking self? We were going through the mansion. Okay, we'll change that, take that out, leave that in, paint, repaint that, do this, do that. Okay, you know, it's all white on the inside with it's got black trim. So I mean, it's not like I mean that's kind of cool. That looks kind of cool, but like I don't like this red. Like I understand the wicker. The wicker's cool. The red is kind of weird. The bathroom seems to have like a weird scene going on that made one of my husband's like kind of a little jumpy. You know, yeah, it's just like we like some of it, we don't like some of it. Like it's like maybe like keep it all in for the party because like we don't care if any of that gets ruined because it's like kind of all like you know it's like old furniture whatever. Like keep it all in for the party. It's just like for the party, and then like you know we'll figure out like what we're gonna throw out later or whatever. I mean you have a party for Alyssa and Hayden's wedding, and y'all are like, oh no, it's got to look immaculate. Da, 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 da. I forgot my friends don't like me for me. You stupid. Again, stupid people number one. Stupid people number two. Stupid people number three. Okay. My dreams last night. I was a guest at my own wedding in Canada to Hayden. Okay. I didn't see the wedding vows or whatever, but I was a guest in the wedding. I did see myself as I like closed my eyes. I saw myself a couple nights ago. I saw myself in like a wedding outfit, but it was like a cute Chinese like a Chinese dress, like a traditional Chinese dress with the little collar that goes like this. It was like that, but it was white lace for as like a wedding. And then I had like my hair in a bun and I had bangs like Chun Li, but I had one bun. I didn't have two buns like Chun Li. And then I had a veil on the back of my head. And I was in Chinatown in LA, so maybe our ceremony was taking place in Chinatown in LA. And I had white sneakers on, and I was looking at myself, laying myself in bed, and I was like, one. And so it's like, I was like, that's what I choose for my wedding outfit? That's interesting, but okay. I mean, it's cute. Like, I definitely would have chosen that probably in my 20s, and maybe that was my 20s bleed through of my wedding to Brandon Lee. Oh, bleeding through, okay? But, um, yeah, I mean, now that I'm in my 40s, I want something a little bit more traditional. But I think I definitely would have chosen that in my 20s, okay? Anyway, so so I was in Canada last night at a as a it was the reception after the wedding, and I was I can't remember the fucking words. I was a guest. I couldn't remember the word guest. I was a guest at my own wedding in Canada with Hayden. And the people went nuts. Like, okay, so like I didn't see me and Hayden, but like they were there, they were here, and then they left the room or they left to go like sit up or sit down or something. And all the people started going crazy. They started jumping on tables and they started jumping on tables and like just going like really, really nuts. And I was like, oh my God, not again. So, like, I have seen that before, like at Alyssa's wedding, because I was clearly a guest. And I had seen that before at Alyssa's wedding. And I was like, oh my God, not again, not so soon, not so soon. Like, I was hoping that oh, it's the same light that I have in my bedroom in my mansion. What do you know? Looks like a similar bureau, too. It doesn't look like the same bureau, but looks very similar. And there's two twin beds, and there used to be two twin beds in here. But there's not anymore, but there was. I just realized that it looks like my bedroom right now. Um, does this got beachfront property? I'm wondering. Okay, so anyway, people were jumping on tables, starting to go crazy, and I was like, "Oh my God, not again, not this early." And so I was thinking like that was a level one wedding for me and Hayden. And I was obviously in the audience, so I was the realist in the audience, and I was a fake princess getting married. And then I was hanging out with an old man that I knew was Hayden. So like I was at the wedding with like an old man, and I knew it was Hayden. And we were just like hanging out and talking and stuff. And then I was with Chris Evans, and he was a writer. He was like, he said something like, "Oh my God, I quit. Like Alyssa quit, I quit." Something like that. Like, "Oh my God, they're not gonna let Alyssa work anymore." Clearly I've gone over my work trajectory and whatever. And he's like, okay, just like one of her fathers needs to come get her, because like they're not going to let her work anymore. And he said something like that. He's like, I quit. Like they're not going to let my baby work anymore, or something like that. And then he like instantly became like a writer. Like he didn't like say like I'm going to quit acting and I'm thinking about becoming a writer, or like he was like I'm done. And then like he instantly was like in a writer's chair, and like he was now like a writer for Hollywood out of nowhere. Like instantaneously, like magically, okay? Like supernaturally. Like not real, like very supernaturally. All of a sudden, he was a writer, and he was like super stressed. Like all of a sudden, it was like the change of a scene, and I was with Chris, and I was watching him write for a movie, and he was like super stressed, and he was always tired, and I don't know, he was like really stressed being a writer. Okay, and I was like, Chris, it's me. It's Liz, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Oh my God, it's really her. It's Liz." And so then I jumped on. He got up, and I jumped on him, and he like hugged me for like ever. He like hugged me. He like wouldn't let me go, and he just was hugging me as I jumped on him, like a little monkey. But I'm a full grown woman. I'm not a little monkey. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just like giving you a metaphor. But I jump on him, and I just hug him, and I think he started crying, and he just hugged me back, and he like wouldn't let go. Like it was just like hugging me, hugging me, hugging me. And I'm like, okay, Chris, am I getting heavy? And like, because he's just hugging me and he wouldn't let go. And um, he was just happy to see me. And then and he looked at me and he's like, "Is it Chris?" Like this. Then he's like, "Is it Chris?" And I was like, "Yes, it's Chris. It's fully Chris. It's like 100% Chris, and it's not like mixed with like ancient Atlanteans, okay? Like it wasn't mixed with like ancient Egyptians or any ancient Atlanteans or anything. It was like 100% Chris. And so we were really happy to be together. And then we decided to go inside. And then I had a baby me, but it was actually a full grown me, and she was hanging on to me. But it wasn't Chris. Like it was just like a weird chimera of a full grown me that I sort of had like in a baby satchel or something like that. And she disappeared. I don't know where she went, but it was like a full grown version of me, but it was a chimera version of me at the same time, and also a baby version of me. It was just like a weird monster version of a full grown me, basically, that I was carrying out of nowhere. And anyway, so then I went to Chris's house. I walked across the street to Chris's house, and like that chimera me disappeared. And then, I started making out with my husband and everything. And, um, yeah, so like we went inside, like started making out, closed the door, and then like all of his family and like his assistant and stuff like came into our bedroom, like barged in on us. And we were like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? And like interrupting like adult like family time, like what is wrong with you? Like then all of a sudden there was no door. Like it was like four enclosed walls with no door in the room, and I was like, how did they get in? There's no door. And I was like, Chris, close the door, close the door. And he went to close the door, and there was a door, but it was like he had to like it was like next to a pile of stuff, and then where the door was, it was just a wall now. And he was like, I guess I'll put the door where it used to be over the solid wall. And like we were like, what the hell's happening? Meanwhile, we're like half dressed, okay? His family's are still in the room, and we're trying to figure out why there's a wall now where the door used to be, and how the people got in the first place. And so we're perplexed. And these people, it was like his assistant, his sister, his mom, and like he had a little daughter in that on that level because it was obviously a different level, maybe level one. And she was like half black, half white, or something like that. Or I didn't ask her, okay, but I'm just saying she looked like Chris is white, right? So I'm doing the math, and I think she was like half black or half white or whatever. And she had like the prettiest, like I have a lot of half black, half white nieces, okay? So I think y'all need to shut your mouth when it comes to that kind of stuff. But she had the prettiest, like curly hair and stuff. And and anyway, so like he had a little daughter. She was like four or five. She was little, and Chris was like freaking out. Okay, and because they were like bothering him about work yet again, and they wouldn't give him like any time off to like be with his wife or whatever. And then I guess I was bilocating. I was but I think it was fake Princess and fake Hayden that were getting married at that wedding, and I think I was with I already told you who I was with at the wedding. I was with old Hayden. Okay, so so Chris was getting angry because they wouldn't leave us alone and because they were bothering him with his work, and they they just wouldn't like leave us alone. The little girl, the little baby, she like knew that they shouldn't be in there or whatever, and she just like curled up in the bed and like put the blanket over her, and she like like sucked her thumb or whatever and just was like laying there like I don't want to be here. And then I started like stroking the girl's hair and like her little head, and I was like, "Are you okay, sweetie, sweetie?" And like I was self-soothing her, and then Chris was angry and dealing with the other paparazzi in the room because that's what you are at this point. You're paparazzi. And while I was self-soothing our baby because I'm clearly the mother, okay. And then Chris started shaking like trembling like crazy or whatever, and he was like, I knew they were gonna do this, and he was like and he started doing you know super saiyan basically. And then I woke up. He pulled a super saiyan, okay. So anyway, it's going through the pipes, it's coming through the pipes, okay. Because they obviously do not want me to be with my husbands. You don't want me to have my mansion. Y'all don't want me to have my husbands. Y'all don't want me to have a daughter. Y'all don't want me to have a life, basically. Um, that's obvious. You're going to make my husbands do the shimmy, shimmy, shake, okay? You're going to make them shake like a Polaroid picture. You're going to make them seizure, okay? And yes, eventually it's going to spiral up to me. I'm Chris, Chris Evans is pretty close to me, so it's probably going to get here very soon. I mean, the other day I was quote unquote dead, right? So like it's like coming around, going away, going around, going away. I'm dead, I'm alive. I'm dead, I'm alive. I'm alive again, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm alive. Okay, so that's what's happening, okay? And yeah. Of course it's my daughter. Jesus Christ, y'all. Okay.